Right now, there is an ongoing conversation happening inside you. We often assume every thought we hear is a truth we need to act on. Many of our reactions and the choices that follow start quietly in that internal space, directing our behavior long before we actively notice them. This creates a constant tension for professionals who look successful on the outside but feel entirely overwhelmed on the inside. QuietCritic provides a framework for self-leadership, prioritizing clear observation over the common pitfalls of forced positive thinking. When stress rises, the inner critic has a distinct advantage. It speaks much faster than our conscious awareness can track. To slow that process down, the QuietCritic interface provides a structural intervention. This screen outlines the 4 specific steps of the 4C method: catch, challenge, choose, and commit. This is a neuroscience-informed process designed to help you observe automatic self-talk and replace reactive habits with intentional action. Ultimately, we become the stories our inner voices repeatedly convince us are true. The first step is to catch the thought. This is a moment of noticing where the pressure is coming from without the immediate need to solve or analyze it. You identify the specific trigger, like self-doubt regarding a work project, and record the exact phrase your mind is saying, such as, "What if I fail in the project assigned to me?" Naming the emotion and the thought helps the nervous system feel safer. This transition creates the necessary space to move from reaction to observation. That initial observation is the mandatory first step toward making a genuine choice. Once the thought is caught, you move to the challenge phase. While the mind is fast, actual truth is often slower. This step separates assumptions from facts. You record that past projects succeeded despite delays. You evaluate the consequences of this thought and formulate a supportive response you would give to someone you care about. Many internal stories survive only because they are never questioned. Interrogating these automatic assumptions effectively breaks the cycle of emotional escalation. Choosing is about expanding your reality to find a grounded, believable perspective that you can actually trust. Here, you create a steadier internal line, acknowledging panic while citing past successful projects. Adopting this narrative creates a mental shift. The slider lets you record that drop in intensity as your mind clears. Expanding your perspective beyond the immediate fear allows for a more rational, intentional response. The final step connects this mental reflection to a physical commit action. You select a tiny practice, like giving the mind a new direction, and commit to the smallest possible version of that action, such as deliberating on a plan before starting work. The brain relies on action rather than intention to verify change. This today's proof card tracks the specific moment of execution, providing the evidence the brain needs to shift toward a more confident identity. Accumulating these small, intentional actions provides the repeated proof required to completely change your long-term sense of self. Emotional growth is often invisible until it is objectively tracked over several weeks. This Insights dashboard visualizes that shift. The line graph tracks the reduction in emotional intensity, while the bar chart identifies the primary areas of your life that trigger stress. The app also logs recurring patterns through quiet observations. You can see a direct comparison of the old reactive thoughts you've caught and the wiser responses you are learning to use. Real progress is measured by the achievement of quicker awareness, allowing you to interrupt old patterns before they take hold. The workshop journey timeline illustrates this long-term progression. It traces the path from the very first moment you catch a thought through consistent daily choices to a lasting, integrated identity. Consistent practice makes you harder to abandon, strengthening your existing voice through the simple repetition of wiser choices.